My fellow Americans, happy Thanksgiving this week. And you know what? That's pretty much like all there is for this week. There is no like major aspects for this week. There's only two, like November 29th and November 30th. So this is your astrological forecast for like Monday the 26th through November 30th, which I believe is Tuesday. Okay, so the only thing that's like happening this week is the sun moves into Sagittarius on the 22nd. Yay! And Mercury moves into Sagittarius on the 24th. So yahoo for both of those, okay? And the only other aspects there are this week is Monday, November 29th, the sun in Sagittarius conjuncts Mercury in Sagittarius. And on the same day, Mars in Scorpio trines Neptune in Pisces. And on November 30th, Mercury in Sagittarius sextiles Saturn in Aquarius. And on the same day, the sun in Sagittarius sextiles Saturn also in Aquarius. Okay, and then also on this day, Venus in Capricorn sextiles Neptune in Pisces. So, like, that's it, okay? So, I would like to thank all of my subscribers for continuing to support me. And I really, really appreciate it. You're helping me to grow my channel. And for those of you who are first-time viewers, if you like this video, be sure to like and share it and subscribe to my channel. And also check out there's like in this description box below, there's a link to my website if you would like to have your personal chart done. This is just a general forecast, so if you would like something more specific, you would have to actually have your chart done. Okay, but for those of you who are only interested in like knowing maybe one or two things, there is the Ask Me a Question. Okay, it's also in the description box below. And everyone, you're going to have to excuse me, but I'm getting over a cold and I like keep losing my voice. Okay, so I'll try to I don't know. I'll try to get through these without doing that. Okay. So for Aries, on Monday, November 29th, okay, the sun in Sagittarius in your 9th house conjuncts Mercury, also in Sagittarius in your 9th house. And on the same day, Mars in Scorpio in your 8th house trines Neptune, transiting in your 12th house of Pisces. So, you know, Sagittarius is the natural ruler of the 9th house. It does rule long-distance travel and communications, and this sun conjunct Mercury here, I'd have to say one or both of those things may be going on this day. Some kind of long-distance communication, okay? This house is many, many things, but it's also the house of legal matters, like the law and stuff like that. It's also media and publishing. It is an internet house, higher learning, foreign anything, foreign travel, people, your philosophy on life, the spiritual beliefs, religious beliefs rather. And on the same day, having Mars in your 8th house of other people's resources and money, trining Neptune in your 12th house of secrets, I would have to say that you may be on the receiving end of a legal settlement, a payout of some kind, okay? Legal or insurance settlement. You know, having Mars in your 8th house does mean that you're going after money that may possibly be yours and you just don't have it, or you're due for some kind of, you know, settlement of some kind or whatever. 8th house is money coming to you through means other than earning it, or resources also, but it's like tax refunds and loans from the bank or credits from the bank or credit card companies. It's inheritances and legacies. So You could even be contacted about something like that. You know, maybe someone is leaving you something. But because of this trine to Neptune in your 12th house of secrets, I think you're going to more or less keep it secret. You know, not like blast it out there for everyone to know. Maybe someone else has the same kind of situation as you, and if they see that, you know, you've received something, they may try to go after the same sources you did. You know, maybe it's just like not a good idea, that's all. You don't have to tell everybody and their brother, right, what's going on in your life, especially when it comes to money. Okay. On Tuesday, November 30th, Mercury in Sagittarius in your 9th house, sextile Saturn, transiting in your 11th house of Aquarius. And on the same day, the Sun in Sagittarius in your 9th house, also sextile Saturn in your 11th house of Aquarius. And also on this day, Venus in your 10th house of Capricorn, sextiles Neptune, transiting in your 12th house of Pisces. So it does look like you are possibly even like networking, and it is with people or a company or something at a distance or in another country. Okay, your 11th house is your house of friends and associates, where you would normally go to hang out, any kind of organization that you belong to, but it's also your house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. So you could just like have a really nice rapport with someone right now, and it could be, you know, your 11th house is also socializing on social media, so maybe you are a part of a group of you know, on, I don't know, Facebook or something like that, some kind of social media group, but you may have actually met someone this way, and it could be business related, just because you have Venus in your 10th house here, sextiling this Neptune in your 12th house of secrets again. So maybe you're just like really networking, you know, and you're getting a lot of good publicity, or people saying very nice things about you. So maybe you're even being asked to join some kind of organization. Maybe you're being courted or something to do something like that. Okay, but yeah, to me it just looks like you have a really nice rapport with someone right now, and they are possibly helping you with your career or your personal status. For Taurus, on Monday, November 29th, the Sun in Sagittarius in your 8th house conjuncts Mercury, also in your 8th house of Sagittarius. And on the same day, Mars in Scorpio in your 7th house trines Neptune, transiting in your 11th house of Pisces. So you have all these planets really, like, you know, they're moving into Sagittarius, but you still have like Mars in your 7th house of Scorpio, and this is close relationships, okay? The Sun conjunct Mercury in your 8th house of other people's resources and money coming to you through means other than earning it, and you having the planet of surprise and sudden events, the planet Uranus, in your sign, in your 1st house, means that, you know, actually you could have surprises all the time, you know, while this planet is here. And you could actually be one of those surprises, like your own behavior. Maybe you're surprising yourself, but Uranus helps to bring out the true you, okay? Anyway, so you could be like on the receiving end of some kind of inheritance, okay? Somebody could leave you something at this time, or it could be a surprise that, well, you've won some kind of legal settlement, but I'll get to that in a moment, okay? But it just looks like, though, also at the same time, okay, a close friend or partner, okay, from your 7th house of Mars is trining to Neptune in your 11th house of friends and associates and dreams, hopes, and wishes, okay? Means that maybe somebody right now is a close friend or a close, it could be a romantic partner or business partners trying to help you to either become part of some organization or achieve some kind of goal or dream that you've always had. They could even actually be like either lending or giving you money to do this very thing. It could actually be like some kind of trip, a dream, trip or whatever, some kind of vacation that you've always wanted, or a place that you've always wanted to visit. And, again, you could just have a settlement even of some kind, a legal settlement, insurance payout, something or other, okay? On the next day, okay, Tuesday, November 30th, Mercury in Sagittarius in your 8th house, sextile Saturn transiting in your 10th house of Aquarius. On the same day, the Sun in Sagittarius also sextile Saturn in your 10th house of Aquarius, and on the same day, Venus in Capricorn in your 9th house, sextiles Neptune transiting in your 11th house of Pisces. So we've got all these houses activated here, and it looks like you are getting help like with your career or your status in some way or other. Somebody's either putting in a good word for you, or they're letting you use something of theirs that you needed to get that to get a better position. If it's not regarding your career, this is like your social status in some way or other. But having Venus in your 9th house of long-distance communications and travel, okay, that's what I was saying. It could be a trip maybe that you wanted to take, but you could just be in contact with someone who lives in another country or lives at a distance. Because Venus is here and it's going to be here for a while, you could either have some kind of long-distance romance going on, or you are learning something you've always wanted to know. But it's kind of like a hobby or an interest of yours, even though it is kind of educational, and you could more than likely end up like earning a living from it in some way or other. Okay. For Gemini, on Monday, November 29th, the Sun in Sagittarius in your 7th house conjuncts Mercury, also in Sagittarius, in your 7th house. And on the same day, Mars in Scorpio in your 6th house trines Neptune transiting in your 10th house of Pisces. So your 7th house is your close relationships with a close friend, a partner, business, or romantic. This conjunction here with Mercury means that you're learning something at this time. You're having some kind of communication with one of these people, or, because these planets are here, this is where your focal point is right now. So it's on your close relationships and your romantic partner or business partner. So maybe you are discussing something or other, but this is also the house of lawyers, okay, and contracts. So maybe you are actually signing on the dotted line with something like this today, or making some kind of handshake deal in regards to, because on the same day, that Mars in your 6th house of the kind of work that you do, and work period, trining Neptune in your 10th house of your career. Looks like you're making some kind of an agreement with someone regarding work, some kind of work possibly that you're doing, or for, maybe it's a work for hire, or you're, I don't know, getting some kind of help, let's say like from co-workers. They're enhancing your ability to get a better position in like a current company, whatever that you're all working for. If you're self-employed, it's just, something like that, some kind of arrangement or agreement that you're making with someone. But it could be, though, 6th house is also the house of service. So maybe you are performing some kind of service for someone, and that's what the negotiations are at this time, is the rate of pay or the fee. On Tuesday, November 30th, Mercury in Sagittarius in your 7th house, sextile Saturn, transiting in your 9th house of Aquarius. And on the same day, the Sun in Sagittarius in your 7th house, also sextile Saturn in your 9th house of Aquarius. And on the same day, Venus in Capricorn in your 8th house, sextiles Neptune transiting in your 10th house of Pisces. So you're getting help again from a close partner, close friend, close relationship of some kind. That eventually it looks like maybe they know something that you would like to learn. Okay, so they are teaching you or showing you how to do something or other that is actually like enhancing your ability to promote yourself, or get a better position in let's say like in your career, but your 10th house is also your personal reputation and outer personal persona. So it could be something that they're teaching you though, or showing you how to do something that enhances your ability to like get, I don't know, get a better position. But it could be just for like social status even, not, it could be something like they're teaching you how to, I don't know, cut your own hair or something. It could be anything. Do your makeup if you're a woman, or a man even, who knows. But you're learning something that will help you. Okay. For Cancer, on Monday, November 29th, the Sun in Sagittarius in your 6th house conjuncts Mercury, also in Sagittarius in your 6th house. And on the same day, Mars in Scorpio in your 5th house trines Neptune, transiting in your 9th house of Pisces. So having planets in your 5th house of Scorpio, fun. Okay, having Mars here still. Okay, with all these planets in your 6th house of Sagittarius, with the workplace, the kind of work that you do, this Sun conjunct Mercury on this day in your 6th house of like your co-workers even, and your work schedule, means that maybe some kind of change is going on there right now, but it looks like it's to your benefit. Okay, a change in work schedule, or change in assignments, or how the work is done. Or maybe you're even taking off for vacation, but it's some kind of communication of some kind or other, it looks like, or an arrangement, because 6th house is also the house of service to others, okay? And that usually means you doing something for someone as a favor, and they're doing something for you in return. And it's like a 50-50 thing where it works out for both of you, okay? So something like that right now could be going on, some kind of agreement that you're getting together with someone. With this trine from Mars in your 5th to Neptune in your 9th is, I'd have to say, it's a bit of a long distance relationship, whether it's romantic or not, or it's regarding a collaboration of a creative project or something or other. 9th house is many things, but it is the house of media and publishing, so maybe you've written something and it's being taken care of right now. Maybe you're, even as far as back to this Sun conjunct Mercury, maybe you're still ironing out, or tweaking whatever it is that you've created. But this is like a very, it looks like a busy day, okay, a pretty busy day when it comes to work. And even if you don't work at all, there's still work in here somewhere or other, okay. On Tuesday, November 30th, Mercury in Sagittarius in your 6th house, sextile Saturn, transiting in your 8th house of Aquarius. And on the same day, the Sun in Sagittarius in your 6th house, also sextile Saturn in your 8th house of Aquarius. And also on this day, Venus in Capricorn sextiles Neptune, transiting in your 9th house of Pisces. So we're back to, the 6th house again being work schedule, co-workers, kind of work that you do. 8th house being other people's resources and money, or a property that you own with someone else. Okay, shared property. But it looks like here, though, that you may be given some kind of better benefit or something at work, such as like insurance, better insurance perks or something, or the use of a company car or credit card, or a bonus of some kind, possibly for work that you've done. If you're self-employed, you may get some kind of perk from a client at this time. That's personal, but it is actually very nice, you know, something that you really like. Okay, like this sextile from Venus in your 7th house of close relationships to your 9th house of Neptune and Pisces. This could be like a thing, an ongoing thing possibly, with some kind of relationship with someone who lives in another country or at a distance, okay? And it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It could be business, or it could be like just like a new friend that you made, okay? You know, because it's a sextile to Neptune, it could be that you have some kind of philosophical or religious beliefs that are similar, or your background or your philosophy on life, period, is the same. Okay, so for Leo, on Wednesday, November 29th, the Sun in Sagittarius in your 5th house conjuncts Mercury, also in Sagittarius in your 5th house. And also on the same day, Mars in Scorpio in your 4th house trines Neptune, transiting in your 8th house of Pisces. So you still have like all this fun stuff going on in your 5th house of romance and fun, entertainment, speculation, gambling, creativity, children, all kinds of fun stuff. You're the natural ruler of this house, okay? The house of fun. So you know, I can't imagine what could be going on this day, right? I would have to say you're doing something fun. Okay, Sun conjunct Mercury is usually a communication of some kind. Could be like a little bit of travel, though, or it could be a discussion or writing something, okay? This being the house of creativity, you could actually be writing something right now. It could be, I don't know, a song, poetry, something like that, a script, whatever. Or you could be having a discussion with a romantic partner and really laying it on thick here as far as your feelings are for them. It could be anything, but you know, it's a conjunction is kind of like a beginning. So you could actually just be starting one of these very things, okay? A romance, a creative project, whatever. Or you could be doing something that you've been wanting to do for a long time. That's fun, but I'm going to have to say, okay, now Mars in your 4th house of Scorpio trines Neptune, transiting in your 8th house of Pisces. 4th house is your personal life, your home life, your family. It's where you actually physically live. Your 8th house is you know, the house of inheritances and legacies, money coming to you through means other than earning it, such as insurance payouts, legal settlements, refunds, whatever, okay? But, you know, there's just a possibility, possibly, okay, that you could be gambling or speculating on this day. I don't see any kind of big windfall, but you could you know, you could win something kind of like small at this time. Or it could be, you know, the trine from your 4th house of home, okay, to 8th house of legacies and inheritances. Obviously, I'm going to tell you that maybe you're on the receiving end of some kind of family heirloom or something for your home. Or you can be gifted at this time from a loved one, you know, as far as romance goes, with something very nice for your home, okay? On Tuesday, November 30th, Mercury in Sagittarius in your 5th house, sextile Saturn, transiting in your 7th house of Aquarius. And on the same day, the Sun in Sagittarius in your 5th house also, sextile Saturn in Aquarius in your 7th house. And also on this day, Venus in Capricorn in your 6th house, sextiles Neptune, transiting in your 8th house of Pisces. So these very nice transits, again, from your 5th house to your 7th house of close relationships, okay? I would have to say it's romantic because the sextile is from Mercury and the Sun to Saturn in your 7th house of partnership. So it looks like somebody is really trying to, I don't know, get a commitment out of you or get you to settle down. Maybe make your relationship exclusive, something or other. But it's you are this person or you are both agreeing to something more solid and more secure or something. Some kind of relationship that's you know, like just between you and them. Now, this could also be in regards to a creative project, too. So if you're not going with romance right now, and the same day, okay, with Venus in your 6th house of the workplace and the kind of work that you do, with a sextile to Neptune in your 8th, looks like maybe you are even doing something for money. It could be a creative project that you are possibly doing even like within your current job. I mean, it could be something on the side that you do, but this could be something in wherever you normally work, that you are being given a different or another assignment or something or other. But it is bringing in more money or giving you access to something. It could be money. I mean, if you are working for someone else, it could be more money coming to you this way, or if you are working for a company and looks like it's going to be a little bit of a long-term project, that you are going to have access to this, I don't know, even if it's petty cash, you know, but credit cards or company car or something like that. Okay, so hang on. Okay, as you see, that's how I focus. Okay. That's what I use to focus this camera, which isn't always in focus, as I'm sure you've noticed. Okay, so for Virgo, on Monday, November 29th, the Sun in Sagittarius in your 4th house conjuncts Mercury, also in Sagittarius in your 4th house. And on the same day, Mars in Scorpio in your 3rd house trines Neptune transiting in your 7th house of Pisces. Excuse me. So you have all these things going on in your 4th house of your home with this Sun conjunct Mercury. It looks like maybe you are installing some kind of new appliance in your home, or there is someone showing up on this day, coming to stay with you. This could be a little bit of a reunion possibly be going on at your place. But this is a communication of some kind, or some kind of like physical action. You know, could be traveling. But again, you could actually have purchased something for your home, and you're using it now, or it's being installed or something like that. On the same day, though, you have Mars in your 3rd house of your neighborhood, your neighbors, your everyday life, where you would normally go throughout the course of your day, okay? It's also your siblings and cousins, travel and communication house, with a very nice trine to Neptune in your 7th house of partnerships. So maybe at this time you are actually doing something with, let's say it could be a business partner, or it could be a romantic partner, or even a close friend, but they are maybe joining you at your house or their house, or some kind of gathering that is taking place within a home setting. Okay. On Tuesday, November 30th, Mercury in Sagittarius on the in your 4th house, sextile Saturn transiting in your 6th house of Aquarius, and on the same day, the Sun in Sagittarius in your 4th house, also sextile Saturn in Aquarius in your 6th house, and Venus on this very same day, Venus in Capricorn in your 5th house, sextiles Neptune transiting in your 7th house of Pisces. So, kind of looks like maybe you are working from home. There's maybe some kind of new arrangement being made for you to work at home, or you are going back into the physical place. Whatever, it looks like whatever you want to do, it looks like it's happening the way you would like it to happen. So maybe you have a choice of whether you want to work in person or work online. If anything, you're having some kind of, well, with this sextile from Venus in your 5th house of romance, okay, to your 7th house of close relationships, and business and or romantic partnerships, I'd have to say maybe there's something actually going on here right now with maybe romance, a romantic partner. 6th house isn't just the workplace, it's also the house of service to others. It's some kind of arrangement that you possibly make with someone. Usually as a favor to them, they need something done, and they do something for you. It's like a 50-50 thing. Okay, so you both benefit from the arrangement. And this could be something like that right now that's being set up, you know, and it could be with a romantic partner, but it could be actually like just with a friend though too that maybe needs some help. But it looks like you are both on benefiting though from it. Okay. For Libra, on Monday, November 29th, the Sun in Sagittarius in your 3rd house conjuncts Mercury also in Sagittarius in your 3rd house, and Mars in Scorpio in your 2nd house trines Neptune in your 6th house of Pisces. So these are occurring on the same day. Your 3rd house, with this conjunction of the Sun and Mercury. Mercury is the natural ruler of this house. It's the big house of communication and travel. So I would have to say that you're doing one or both of those things on this day. You're either traveling close by, local travel, or you're just doing an awful lot of running around within your own area, your own neighborhood. Or you are on the phone or having a lot of conversations with people, possibly in regards to some kind of negotiations. You could be talking about contracts right now, not necessarily signing, but you could receive something, you know, pretty significant in the mail, regular postal mail even, but this is receiving some kind of message though too, or letter, an email, text message, voicemail, something like that. On the same day with this trine from Mars in your 2nd house of how you earn your money to Neptune in your 6th house of the kind of work that you do, I'd have to say that maybe this is in regards to work. Okay, work and money, and you know, whatever it is that you have coming in, you know, maybe if you're self-employed, this communication is regarding your fee or how much you're telling someone about the kind of work that you do and how much it's going to cost for them to hire you. Or if you do work for someone else, the same thing. It's a discussion, I believe, that is about money. Okay, on Tuesday, money that you get through earning it. Okay, on Tuesday, November 30th, Mercury in Sagittarius in your 3rd house, sextile Saturn, transiting in your 5th house of Aquarius. On the same day, the Sun in Sagittarius in your 3rd house, also sextile Saturn in Aquarius in your 5th house. And on the same day, Venus in Capricorn in your 4th house, sextiles Neptune, transiting in your 6th house of Pisces. So your 5th house, where you have Aquarius, is your house of romance and creativity. It's speculation and gambling. Any kind of entertainment, fun. This is the house of fun, the house of children. Maybe on this day, you know, in regards to like your 3rd house, also being your siblings and your cousins and your neighborhood and neighbors, you know, you could be actually doing something with them, maybe even attending, let's say, like a game that your children or children in your neighborhood are playing, you know, like at school or something like that, or some kind of function maybe that's going on at school. or you could be possibly traveling to do something fun, you know, but it's local. It's an overnight or weekender kind of trip, or even a day trip. Maybe you are even traveling to visit someone that you could possibly be romantically involved with, or it could be a collaboration that you're doing with someone that you know, is creative. On the same day with this Venus in your fourth house of your personal life and your home life, with the sextile to Neptune in your sixth house of the kind of work that you do. This could be in regards to that even, where maybe you are going to be working out of your home. If you weren't before, there's like a lot more activity going on in your home with Venus being in your fourth house, and it's going to be here for a while. So this is like pleasant times, or a pleasant gathering possibly going on in your house, like maybe on and off. So maybe people are dropping off work or something for you to do at home, or people are coming over to your home to do work. You know, something. Could be, it's just something like that. But it's involving money, okay, and how you earn your money. Okay, so for Scorpio, on Wednesday, November 29th, the Sun in Sagittarius in your second house conjuncts Mercury, also in Sagittarius in your second house. And on the same day, Mars in Scorpio in your first house trines Neptune, transiting in your fifth house of Pisces. So the Sun conjunct Mercury in your second house of earned income, and how you earn your money. Means that, you know, when they say the check is in the mail, it's probably arriving hopefully on this day. Okay, Mercury and the Sun together is some kind of communication or travel or movement of some kind. So when it's occurring in your second house of money, what you own, even your possessions, investments, you know, you could see an increase in some kind of an investment that you have made, but this could also be just like an increase in your regular income, whatever that is. You know, if you work, or even if you're retired, it's something in regards to your income, but it looks like it's an increase because on the same day, Mars in your first house, making you a little bit more not really aggressive. It's just that, you know, Mars in your sign is your natural ruler, so it does really well when it's in your sign. So you are taking care of anything that needs to be taken care of right now, and righting wrongs, kind of, not even wrongs, but putting things back in order, or the way you want them, wanted them to be, you know. So maybe you had set up something, and somewhere down the line, you know, year after year, it kind of got chiseled away at, and it doesn't even reflect the way it once was. So you're like putting things back the way they were, and the way you wanted them to be. Okay, this very nice trine to Neptune in your fifth house of creativity, okay, and romance, fun, speculation, gambling. You know, you may even be doing something like that right now. A little bit of gambling, being a little bit more, I don't want to say aggressive, but not even really chasing after, but pursuing. We'll say pursuing a love interest at this time. But, you know, it looks like you could even be on the receiving end of, let's say, like a belated birthday gift or something. You know what I mean? And it could be from a romantic partner, you know, a romantic interest. Could even be a little bit of a surprise. Okay, on Tuesday, November 30th, Mercury in Sagittarius in your second house, sextile Saturn, transiting in your fourth house of Aquarius. And on the same day, the Sun in Sagittarius in your second house also sextiles Saturn in your fourth house of Aquarius. And on the same day, Venus in Capricorn in your third house sextiles Neptune, transiting in your fifth house of Pisces. So we've got these very nice sextiles from your second house of income, earned income, to your fourth house of your personal life and your home, like where you live, the people you live with, your family. So maybe you are expanding there in some way. You purchased something for your home. It could be a pretty big deal. Appliance or something of some kind. Something that you've been wanting for a while. Very nice sextile from your third house, okay, where Venus is for a while, okay, to your fifth house of Neptune and romance. Okay, these two planets together here with this very nice sextile. Maybe you are, or you keep running into someone like in your own neighborhood, like when you're out running around going shopping or, I don't know, mowing the lawn or picking up your mail or something, you know, whatever. You may keep running into like the same person. So it looks like either they're interested in you or you're interested in them. But you could be invited at this time to some kind of like local thing, like a block party or something that involves like your whole neighborhood or a get-together of some kind. Maybe it is something even like related to Thanksgiving or something like that, being invited to someone's home, you know, for Thanksgiving dinner. Okay, so for Sagittarius, on Monday, November 29th, the Sun in Sagittarius in your first house conjuncts Mercury, also in Sagittarius in your first house. And also on this day, Mars in Scorpio in your 12th house trines Neptune, transiting in your 4th house of Pisces. So, the Sun conjunct Mercury in your first house means that you're on a receiving and sending end of a lot of communications. You may find out or like figure later in the day that you've had an awful lot of more conversations than you normally do with people. You may contact a lot of people or they may contact you. You could be on the phone a lot or sending a lot of emails. You're also on the receiving end of regular postal mail. Any kind of text message or voicemail or something like that. Or it is that also, because it's a conjunction, and Mercury is a timer, okay, in astrology, when you begin something, okay, so it could begin anything. It could be a trip or something you're writing, anything, okay, on the same day with this Mars in your 12th house, trining Neptune in your 4th house of your home and your family, your personal life, but it's where you actually physically live. There's maybe something going on here. Maybe you bought a secret present, you know, for a family member or something for your home. You purchased something pretty special, maybe, keeping it a secret for your family. You know, you're going to, I don't know, surprise them with it for Christmas or something like that. But this could also be, for those of you who are born this week, okay, it could be a surprise party going on at your house or someone else's house, okay? You could even receive some kind of bizarre message on this day. Yeah, like you're not going to figure it out, right? To show up at home, or that somebody trying to get you out of your own house, trying to get you to go away, you know, so they could, I don't know, decorate your house or hide people, something like that. Something sweet, you know. But whatever, it looks to me like it could be a birthday surprise. Okay, on Tuesday, November 30th, Mercury in Sagittarius in your first house, sextile Saturn, transiting in your 3rd house of Aquarius. On the same day, the Sun in Sagittarius in your first house, also sextile Saturn in Aquarius in your 3rd. And also on this day, Venus in Capricorn in your 2nd house, sextiles Neptune, transiting in your 4th house of Pisces. So this is very nice sextiles from your 1st house to your 3rd, where you have Jupiter and Saturn right now. This is your house of your everyday life and your siblings and cousins, neighbors, neighborhood, where you would go throughout the normal course of your day, the people you would meet there. It's everyday life, okay? big communication and travel house. Maybe you are, again, possibly traveling or at least doing something in your own neighborhood, getting together with, could be with friends, but it could also mainly be with like cousins or siblings, okay, or classmates even, something like that. But you could also receive more mail at this time, regular postal mail, email, have some kind of communication. Third house is also the internet. So you could have a lot more communications on this day with people, let's say, like in social media. Okay, with this sextile from Venus in your second house of earned income and possessions, with a very nice sextile to Neptune in your fourth house of your home and family, I would have to say that, you know, you're buying something that you've wanted for a while, possibly, or you are being gifted with some kind of birthday gift, but it's for your home, or it's something personal, very personal, because it could even be a collectible of some kind, but the fourth house is also your personal life, so you could be like on the receiving end of something very nice for your home or your personal life. Okay, for Capricorn, on Monday, November 29th, the Sun in Sagittarius in your 12th house conjuncts Mercury, also in Sagittarius in your 12th house, and on the same day, Mars in Scorpio in your 11th house trines Neptune, transiting in your 3rd house of Pisces. So Sun conjunct Mercury in your 12th house of secrets. I'd have to say at this time you're either telling a secret or learning a secret or just having some kind of secret communications with someone right now. It could be, you know, having Mercury here always makes you a bit of an investigator at this time, so you're checking somebody out or checking something out, okay? So whatever it is that you were snooping around about, on this day I would have to say that you finally get some kind of results, okay? You learn something on this day. Or again, you know, you hear from someone, maybe you have to keep it a secret. Mars in your 11th house of friends, and you know, where you would normally go to hang out, your associates, you know, it's like your most sociable house. Okay, with a trine to your 3rd house of big communication house. It's also the internet. Okay, so we've possibly got some kind of secret communication going on here between you and someone else in regards to, let's say, a friend or a group of friends, and this is possibly happening online. Okay, on Tuesday, November 30th, Mercury in Sagittarius in your 12th house sextile Saturn, transiting in your 2nd house of Aquarius. On the same day, the Sun in Sagittarius in your 12th house, also sextile Saturn and Aquarius in your 2nd. And also on this day, Venus in Capricorn in your 1st house, sextiles Neptune, transiting in your 3rd house of Pisces. So you've got something going on here. So again, back to maybe some kind of secret negotiations even going on in your 12th house in regards to money, okay, where you have Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius in your 2nd house of earned income and how you earn your money. So you could be having, maybe that's the discussion you're having right now, or it could be just another discussion that you're also having. So you're doing a lot of wheeling and dealing behind the scenes, and this is all to bring in more income, more money, increase your money in some way or other. Also in this day, you know, having Venus in your 1st house, okay, sextile to Neptune in your 3rd house of communications, among many other things, but it makes you a real sweet talker at this time. So if whoever you're talking to or dealing with on this day, they're going to agree with you, whatever terms that you have. Anything that you're possibly asking someone to do for you on this day, let's say even as a favor, I believe that they're going to they'll go for it. They'll do whatever it is that you want them to. But if you're negotiating something, it looks like it's going to be pretty fair, but it looks like you make out a little bit more, possibly more than the other person. Okay, for Aquarius, on Monday, November 29th, the Sun in Sagittarius in your 11th house conjuncts Mercury, also in Sagittarius in your 11th house. On the same day, Mars in Scorpio in your 10th house trines Neptune, transiting in your 2nd house of Pisces. Okay, so your 11th house, where you have all these planets in Sagittarius right now, is your house of your friends. It's your most sociable house. And this conjunction between the Sun and Mercury means that you're in contact with your friends a little bit more than usual. You are socializing online. This is also social media socializing. You are possibly even being out somewhere if you do physically go out to you know, with a friend, or to do something like fun, you know, because this is where you would normally go to hang out to, your 11th house. You're going to more than likely run into a friend at this time, maybe you haven't seen for a while, but could be a little bit of a surprise, or you could end up seeing people that you had planned on seeing, but finding out some kind of, I don't know, information or story. It could even be about one of your friends or something else that's going on at this time, but it's very informative, okay? At the same time, you have Mars in your 10th house of your career and personal and professional persona, how the public views you. So having Mars here right now means that you could possibly be going after like more of the spotlight, or a better position in some way or other, even if it's just socially, okay? With the trine to Neptune in your 2nd house of how you earn your money and income, means that whatever you're doing at this time is enhancing your ability to bring in more money. So Mars in your 10th house is also like receiving some kind of recognition or acknowledgement, or an award even. You know, so maybe that's what's going on at this time. Maybe even being out celebrating with your friends, or being at some kind of dinner or something or other that's either being held in your honor, or it's something, let's say, like your company does for everyone who's, I don't know, receives some kind of promotion, you know, not just you or a group of people, whatever. But whatever is going on this day, it looks like, to me, it looks like you're celebrating with friends about a new position of some kind. And it could be socially, okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be professionally. On Tuesday, November 30th, Mercury in Sagittarius in your 11th house, sextile Saturn, transiting in your 1st house in Aquarius. And on the same day, the Sun in Sagittarius in your 11th house, also sextile Saturn in your 1st house of Aquarius. And also on this day, Venus in Capricorn in your 12th house, sextiles Neptune, transiting in your 2nd house of Pisces. So, okay, with these planets again in your 11th house, okay, it looks like you are doing an awful lot of networking in regards to your career or your social status, okay? And it has helped you in some way. You've either met someone new, or have always known someone that's pretty prestigious, you know, has a lot of clout or whatever, but it's enhancing your personality in some way. People are really viewing you by the people you know or rub elbows with, kind of, it seems. It is helping you possibly to bring in more money, okay? Having Venus in your 12th house means that possibly you could be interested in someone, maybe romantically, or they could be just friends, you know, that you're wanting to know a little bit more about them. But the sextile to your 2nd house of earned income means that something's possibly going on behind the scenes that's helping you to bring in more money, or increases your rate of pay or whatever. But a lot of it is coming from networking and socializing. Okay. For Pisces, on Monday, November 29th, the Sun in Sagittarius in your 10th house conjuncts Mercury, also in Sagittarius in your 10th house. And also on this day, Mars and Scorpio in your 9th house trines Neptune transiting in your 1st house of Pisces. So this conjunction of Sun and Mercury in your 10th house of your career, okay, I'd have to say at this time you would receive some kind of promotion or news in regards to a position that you wanted. If you are in the media at all, this is a time that you would be in the media. You'd be in the public eye. People would be talking about you. You know, if you've recently maybe done some kind of interview or did something that was presented to the public, this is when you'd be getting feedback possibly on it, but this is being noticed in public. You could be a little bit of a media darling right now. Okay, on the same day with this Mars in your 9th house of Scorpio trining Neptune in your 1st house, okay, 9th house is publishing and media. Okay, it's long distance travel and communications. It's an internet house. It's foreign anything. You know, you could be attracting a lot of people who live at a distance or are from another country. Okay. It's many things, okay, this house, but it's the house of adventure, languages, foreign languages, but as far as higher learning goes for this house, maybe there is something that you know of, you or you've recently learned. It could be some kind of skill that is possibly I don't know, has something to do with, it's Venus related, you know, it's beautiful. Maybe it's something you've written. Maybe you have created something that is from another culture or even from your own culture. But it looks like you're getting attention for whatever it is, okay? On Tuesday, November 30th, Mercury in Sagittarius in your 10th house, 6th house, Saturn transiting in your 12th house of Aquarius. And on the same day, the Sun in Sagittarius in your 10th house, also 6th house, Saturn in Aquarius in your 12th. And also on this day, okay, Venus in Capricorn in your 11th house, 6th house, Neptune in your 1st house of Pisces. So you're like, you know, your career or your outer persona, because if you don't work at all, you're still in the public eye for some reason or other. So it's your personal life. People are saying very nice things about you. They're talking an awful lot about you. Having Venus in your 11th house of friends, okay, and where you would normally go to hang out, means that you are either getting together with your friends a lot more than normal, or you're hearing from them, even old friends. Venus is going to be here until March, so this is a very active area right now. So maybe you are people are contacting you just like to pat you on the back for something that you've done. You're getting recognition of some kind with the sextiles to your 12th house where you have Saturn. It means kind of like stability. It makes you feel more secure about yourself or your position, even if it is just socially. But if this is professionally, your position, it makes you feel things are going your way. You don't have anything to worry about, okay? Now, with this sextile from your 11th house, whereas Venus is sextiling Neptune in your 1st house, your interaction and stuff with your friends is like really enhancing your personality. People are saying very nice things about you, and they like want you around. They're inviting you to do stuff more often, okay? So I hope everyone enjoyed their astrological forecast for this short period of time, just these 2 days. I'll be doing one again next week, okay, for that week, but this is all we have. You know, enjoy this week with just the Sun and Mercury moving into Sagittarius, okay? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, okay, and check out my monthly forecast. See you next week. Goodbye.